Forget Bangalore, Delhi and Mumbai. Right now, NRIs are quietly buying residential plots and commercial spaces in places like Coimbatore, Kochi, Indore and Pune's outskirts. And they're seeing returns that make US real estate look extremely ordinary. Here's what's happening. While everybody is fighting for that 1 crore plus flat in Gurgaon, Tier 2 cities are experiencing infrastructure booms that Mumbai saw 20 years ago. And the NRIs with smart salaries, they're getting in early. According to Knight Frank's India Real Estate Report, Tier 2 cities saw 40 to 60% price appreciation over the last 5 years compared to 15 to 25% in metropolitan cities. And we're just getting started. Hi there and welcome to Americanomics. I'm your host Akash Bhatt, and on this channel, I make content that helps NRIs living in the US better understand topics like visa, building wealth, navigating careers in academics, along with some tidbits on leading a happier life. And I'm extremely thrilled to share that we are now part of the 01 network by Zerodha. So why are Tier 2 cities becoming a very important play from an investment lens? Well, the government of India is pouring over 100 lakh crores into infrastructure projects over the next decade. New airports in Jewar, Navi Mumbai, Mopa, high-speed rail connecting metros to satellite cities, IT parks spreading beyond Bangalore and Hyderabad. But here's the kicker. The land prices in these areas are still 60 to 80% cheaper than Metro India, but with much higher rental yields, 4-6% versus 2-3% in Mumbai and Delhi. Here are 4 Tier 2 strategies that smart NRIs are using. First is the airport play. Every new airport creates 50 kilometers of radius of opportunity, and NRIs are buying residential plots near upcoming airports in Jewar, Navi Mumbai and Dholera. For example, the land near Jewar was 5 to 8 lakh rupees per acre in 2020, and today it's 25 to 40 lakhs per acre, and the airport is not even operational. If I were you, this is how I would conduct my research. Look for land within 30 to 50 kilometer radius of a proposed airport, preferably with highway connectivity, and buy 2 to 3 acres for economies of scale. Second is the IT corridor expansion. Tech companies are moving to Tier 2 cities for cost advantages. TCS has a major operations center in Kochi and Infosys in Mysore, and startups are setting up in places like Coimbatore and Jaipur. And smart NRIs are buying residential plots in these IT corridors before the employee influx drives up prices. So what's the play here? I would buy properties that are zoned for residential development within 10 to 15 kilometer radius of announced IT parks and focus on areas with existing educational infrastructure. Third are agricultural lands. This one could be a little tricky because NRIs can't directly buy agricultural lands in India, but there's a workaround. You can buy it through companies or land that's likely to be rezoned as residential or commercial. Some NRIs are even partnering with local farmers through lease agreements or buying agricultural land through Indian companies where they hold minority stakes. So what is really the upside with agricultural lands? Well, the agricultural lands near expanding cities often get rezoned, creating massive appreciation. This is why it makes for a really good investment opportunity. Fourth is commercial real estate in growth corridors. While everybody is buying homes, NRIs are buying commercial plots along highways and industrial corridors. For example, the Delhi-Mumbai industrial corridor is creating commercial opportunities in cities like Manesar, Bawal and Neemrana. NRIs are buying warehouse spaces, retail plots, and even industrial land. So the Tier 2 research framework that I would adopt is as follows. Before you buy any piece of property, ask yourself the following questions. What is the infrastructure pipeline? What airports, highways, metro lines are being planned in these areas? What is the room for employment growth? Are major employers moving in? IT companies, manufacturing hubs, things like those. What is the government push? Is it part of a smart city mission or a special economic zone? What are the land records in these areas? Are titles clear? Is the land free from disputes? And most importantly, local partnerships. Do you have trusted real estate and legal contacts on ground? Well, now that I've laid the land out for you, this may seem like a very interesting opportunity. But as with any opportunity, you must also consider the risks and learn how to mitigate them. Let us walk through some of the most common risks one by one. The first risk that I would keep in mind are title disputes. You must always use a reputed local lawyer and get title insurance if available. The second is infrastructure delays. This is quite common in India, so don't put all your money into one project. Diversify across 2 to 3 locations. Third is liquidity issues. Remember that these are all 5 to 10 year plays. Don't invest money that you'll need in the short term. And fourth, local regulations. Please make sure that you're up to date on state-specific NRI land ownership rules. Okay, now that we've understood the risks associated with buying properties, let's look at the numbers game. Let's assume you buy a 2-acre residential plot in a tier 2 city for 50 lakh rupees or $60,000. In 5 years, if that area develops as planned, it could be worth well over 1.5 to 2 crores or $180,000 to $240,000. Now that is a 300% return or about 25% annually. Show me a US market that's delivering the same level of consistency and I will tip my hat off to you. Okay, now that we have all of this information, how do we go about with the execution? Well, it all begins with research. Use platforms like 99 Acres, Magic Bricks, and local property consultants. Next up is the legal due diligence. Hire local lawyers who specialize in NRI property transactions. Third is the funding bit. Use NRE accounts for clean repatriation. And fourth, and most importantly, partner with local property management companies for ongoing monitoring of your assets. Look, metro real estate will always be stable, but Tier 2 India is where real generational wealth is being built at this point of time. You're not just buying any piece of land, you're betting on the country's next phase of growth. And with your dollar earning power, you're getting in prices that will seem impossible to achieve in 10 years' time. So the question here really isn't whether Tier 2 cities in India will boom. It's whether you will be positioned when they do. This is Americanomics, where we spot tomorrow's opportunities with today's dollars. Subscribe for more such real estate strategies and comment with a Tier 2 city that you're keeping a close eye on. I will see you in the next video.